My name is Drew Austin, owner of Midland Pizza Factory here in Midland, Texas. This was my first job. I started working here when I was in high school. I was 14 years old. I was actually working two different jobs at the time. I was working here. I was working at Abercrombie. I know that's cringe, but I was working there. And then fast forward to 2021, the previous owners, Matt and Diana, they were like real close to me. They were like my family. And they called me and they said that they were selling the restaurant. And I was actually in a process of, I was about to build an app because COVID happened. And then, I stopped working and I had money saved up. And so I was just like, you know what, I'm going to create an app. And then they called me and I was like, okay, maybe this is a sign. And I was really confident in their product because they had been open for 20 years. And two, with them being open for 20 years, they've accumulated a large real estate portfolio here in Midland. And so I was like, okay, well, I can follow in their footsteps. And so I took the leap of faith and I bought the restaurant. And 4 months later, we almost closed. Yeah.
What happened?
So one, sales weren't doing good. All of their money was in real estate, and so the restaurant was slowly declining. And so they were okay with it, but I just bought it, and I was not okay with it.
Yeah.
And so, and for granted, it was right after COVID, and so that was the biggest speculation with MDs before was they would just close down whenever they wanted. Like if they were going out of town to Taiwan, that's where they're from, they would just put a sign on the door like, hey, we're closed for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or hey, we're closed for a week, or let's close for a month. Or hey, COVID happened, they were closed for like 7-8 months because they could.
Yeah.
And so everyone was just like, I don't even know if they're open or not.
Yeah.
And that's when I bought it. And I was and I was
Yeah, we're open actually.
yeah, I was like, man, should I put on a pizza costume and go dance outside, spin some?
Yeah.
Yeah. But sales weren't doing too good. And so everything was super like chaotic, to be honest. The restaurant wasn't as organized. There's a lot of things in a restaurant that wasn't efficient. So it was like, I pretty much came in here and Ford Motors this whole place where it was like everything's going to be left to right. How you work, how we operate, how we do our tickets. We were handwriting tickets. We had an old school register where we had to like type in like how much it would cost,
Oh,
where it was like,
super old school.
yeah, it was like $4.99 plus tax enter,
Oh,
and then it was like drinks $1.99 plus tax enter.
Oh,
So it was
yeah.
like real old school. And then we're handwriting tickets, and then like we would put our tickets up here, and then like if the ticket fell behind the fridge in the middle of a rush, that was like the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Then the customers here, we don't have any like technology to figure out what they ordered or anything. So it was just like all up in the air. And so I was just like, okay, like this is too like chaotic. It was like, this cannot have been going on for 20 years. Like what? Because business increased when I slightly increased when I got it, because it was like, oh, like new owner and stuff like that. And so one of the worst things that happened, in my opinion, which was good, was I started realizing all of my bottlenecks. All my bottlenecks came apparent once volume came through. So it was like, okay, the phones are ringing. Okay, that's one thing that's really slowing us down. The ovens were another thing that was slowing us down. How we tracked our tickets and how much money we made was super inefficient. How we produced the pizza was super inefficient. And so then I realized it's only because I'm here and I'm fast enough in each spot that the business is standing up. But I'm only one person and I can't run the business that way. The most successful businesses, in my opinion, have the best systems. So, and that's why I haven't advertised. So the past 4 years of me owning this, or when I bought it in 2021, I didn't advertise, I didn't market, I didn't promote, I didn't do anything, because I wanted to perfect all of my systems. So the most successful businesses have the best systems. I mean, am I going to say I have the best pizza? Yes, I for sure feel like I have the best pizza in Midland. But more so importantly, do I pride myself in having better systems? Yes, because There's a million Domino's around the world. Is their pizza good? No, you know, but their systems is what grew them to more locations. And so if I can simultaneously keep up with volume and keep up with my systems without sacrificing quality and using cheaper products, then I can grow the business. I mean, it just depends on what you want for your business. So if you want to mass produce cheap products, then get really good systems. If you do a really good pizza, do that really good pizza. You know, but then the problem is you're going to incur is if you do the best pizza, which is completely okay, you're going to get the volume for that once. And if you can't keep up with that volume, your customers are going to go to the next best thing.
Yeah.
And so making sure that we can capture that volume. It's the same question of, do you build the highways before the traffic, or do you wait for the traffic to build the highways?
Right.
And that's literally Midland question, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's all I've been perfecting and working on is all my internal stuff. And so that even though our volume has grown a lot, I expect it to grow more. And I know for a fact that we can keep up with the volume. And so every little thing that I'm doing inside is making sure that we can keep up with the volume while producing a high quality pizza. And it doesn't necessarily have to be me that makes every single pizza. All my systems, everyone knows exactly how to make every pizza to a T, how I would make it. And with the oven, the stretcher, so this kind of helps with the consistency of all the pizzas. So now I've tuned that oven to cook to this thickness. And so now, because like I can hand stretch it to this thickness, but training a new employee is kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's more of like an experience thing. Another thing I do pride myself in outside of all my ingredients, my tech, I am probably one of the highest paying pizza jobs, or probably one of the jobs here in Midland, Texas. I pride myself in taking care of not just only my family, but all the families here. Every single one of my employees have gotten new cars. One of my employees, she's in a bad spot right now, and she has 2 kids, and now she has her own apartment just working here. And we only open 5 hours a day. And so I take pride that MD's was my safe space when I was a kid. I didn't have that great of a home life. And so coming to MD's was like my relief, like, oh, like weight off my shoulders. And, you know, not saying anything bad, but it was just like, this was my comfort spot, you know? And so for everyone here, that's how it is. And it's able to take care of them and their livelihood and grow. And, you know, I get to see some of them go off to college, get better jobs, pursue their career, save up money, pay off this, pay off that.
Yeah.
And so this provides that. So it's not just you paying more because it's an expensive pizza, where I'm taking care of the community, and we all are, you know? So
I think, and I'm sure that feels good, not only as like an employer, but as a human.
yes,
Level.
at the end of the day, we're all human. And so like I talk to other business owners, and you know, I pride myself. I'm like, okay, you know, like we're making around 30 to 38,000 a week, you know, and I'm like prideful of that. You know, I'm proud, and you know that's really good for me.
Yeah.
But I'm up against people that have a lot of money, and that's completely okay with me. Each one of these ovens are straight from Italy. I found these ovens specifically from Vegas at the Pizza Expo. So every year I try to go to the Pizza Expo and I bring back stuff. And going there is really humbling because it's like the normal conversation isn't, hey, how are you? It's how many stores you have. And I'm like, 0.5, you know, you have a tiny spot. And these guys are like, oh yeah, I have like 65 or I have like 80. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But then like after like kind of coming down from that, it's like, okay, well, if this is the stuff that they're using to scale their business, then I should probably start paying attention. And so that's how I kind of grew this business. This oven, so compared to any other conventional oven, it's not all wire. This is the same exact stone I had in my old school oven. So it's the ceramic stone right here. And so I can control the temperature from entering to halfway, from halfway to exiting, the temperature of the stone itself, the airflow inside, and then the speed of the belt. And so right now, I think we changed the time just a little bit, but we're at 3 minutes, 34 seconds every single pizza. compared to the old school oven, I used to have maybe 8 minute bake time, 8 to 15 minutes, and it was like going to a sauna. So if people keep going in and out, the temperature drops. So then the busier we got, the slower we were,
Yeah.
because everyone's doing this the whole time.
Oh, but this one.
This one's an open concept, so it doesn't matter. And so we're able to pump out 119 pizzas per hour. Now we have two of them. And so on a Friday night, we can pump out a few hundred pretty easily. Like if someone orders 100 pizzas from us, it'll probably take me 20 minutes. Yeah. Compared to somewhere else, maybe you order 100 pizzas from them, it's going to be like an hour, 2 hours, or it's going to back up. But there'll be a slight backup, because we're working on that one order. But that order should be out about 20, 25 minutes max.
And so you really don't have to call that much far in advance.
Nope. So like my caterings in the morning, they usually just give me like sometimes a day advance or maybe just like 2 hours advance. The oven takes about an hour to heat up. And so it's all electric. I had a gas one. My old school one was a gas one. And that one had to stay on 24 hours. And so if I turned it off, I would need like 2 days just to let it. The stone was like 2 inches thick. And so it had to stay at that temp. So yeah, so this literally, each one paid themselves off within a month for sure. Now we're just able to accept that much more volume. So
do you have a preference on like how far in like how much notice you would like for big orders?
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours. Ideally, it gives me time to get up, get ready, if I'm not like prepared to come here. But 2 hours is good because then I can turn the oven on that first hour. While it's heating up, I can make the order. And then the last 20, 30, or last 30 minutes, I can just pump it through and still get it out all pretty much at the same time. And it's all fresh compared to like if I had my old school oven, if I did a big order, I would have to start baking it so early. And the time difference from the first pizza being done to the very last pizza being done will be just such a big difference that first one might even be cold or not as fresh. And with this oven, I can guarantee if you order 100 pizzas, it's all gonna be fresh. Okay. So I love this. A lot of businesses right now don't understand, or a lot of restaurants right now, usually the owners are a little bit older and they don't understand how technology can help your business. And so for me, I'm subjective to like, I'm like, okay, like let's see like what they're doing. So I'm the first and only restaurant here in Midland, Texas, and which is crazy because I went to almost not every restaurant, but I went to a lot of restaurants here and I dropped off flyers and I was trying to talk to them and communicate and just let them know like, hey, this is what I do with my business. My sales went from this to this. Let me come in and do that for you. We have a really good website, an app. We have AI answering our phones. I know a lot of people do not like AI, but for me, it alleviates one person standing here just answering the phone the whole shift, which financially, it's like an employee is going to cost me $3,000 a month. The AI is going to cost $300 a month. So, and you still have the luxury of letting the customer know they can still transfer to the store, but your volume is going to be a lot less. And so if we're doing 200 orders a night, if we didn't have the AI, the phones are just ringing the whole time. Like literally before I implemented it, it was just like, she couldn't do anything besides just answer the phone. And then if it was a delivery, then that took more time on the phone. And then we have one POS system, so like no one else can use it whatsoever. And so that was a huge like kind of bottleneck. The phones were a bottleneck. The ovens were a bottleneck. I try to see where our bottlenecks are. Stretching the pizzas were a bottleneck. So we got a stretcher. But sometimes if the employees know or if I know, which I know, I usually hand stretch it. But we have a kiosk in the lobby. The kiosk I like just because maybe you're telling the lady in the front, hey, you want a cheese pizza, but you get a pepperoni pizza. And then like you come back and you're like, hey, I told you cheese and I got a pepperoni. And then it's going to be like, he said, she said, well, I said this and she said that. And so with the kiosk, one, there's a clear communication. Two, the customer's not being upsold. They have the time to look and see everything that's on the menu. There's pictures of everything. And they can kind of order based off of the price range, what they're comfortable with, rather than being upsold and then told a huge bill at the end.
Yeah.
So I like that. Also, outside of all those tech things, I am the first and only restaurant here in Midland, Texas, on every delivery platform. So every single third party I'm on. And so the thought process behind that is if you aren't on every single third party platform, you're missing a loyal customer. If your customer is using DoorDash, they're only using DoorDash. If they're using Uber Eats, they're only using Uber Eats. Or if they're using Favor, they're only using Favor because that's where their points are. And they have their own reasons for each app. And so as a restaurant, if you aren't on those, you're missing a loyal customer. And it's more so like just having a different profile. And so when people scroll, I mean, there's a lot of restaurants where it's like they're on some apps but not the others. But some customers are like, well, I don't use this app compared to the other for this reason. And now they're losing that customer, even though the customer supports them. So I worked with a company I found in Vegas. That company completely integrates every single third party to my POS system. So traditionally how it works is if you want to be on any third party, they just mail you an iPad, you plug it in, you get a printer, it prints out a ticket, and then you get orders that way. But then the problem is you can't see at the end of the night where all your sales are. You have to look on here, and you have to look on here, and you have to look on here. And so that's why typically a lot of restaurant owners only have two platforms. They just use like their POS, like a DoorDash tablet, and maybe a Uber Eats. And for me, all of it funnels to my POS. So I can see all my numbers in one spot. So I can see how many online sales, delivery sales, and each third party from DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, everything, all in my POS system. So, and I tried going to other restaurants and telling them, like, I can help you with this. But no one was really interested. But for me, in 4 years, I have 7x sales from when I bought this place. And so that's what I contribute the growth in sales. And outside of being on every single platform, we also have virtual brands on every platform as well. So not only are we Midland Pizza Factory, but we're also Drew's Deep Dish, Stony Calzones, we're Fluffy Personal Pies, and then Wing Shop.
Okay.
And so we have 2 of the 4 launched right now. And for me, I call them match companies because it starts out really, the sales are really, really great. And then it dies down. But it's more about conversion. So now these customers because when I went to the Pizza Expo, I took a class to make deep dishes. And it was like $800. And then what they don't tell you is the secrets like the cheese and, some of the other stuff. And so it took me, after like coming back, it took me like a year of experimenting after learning how to do it. It took me a year to perfect it. And so when I was like really confident in it, I was like, hey, like telling our customers like, hey, try our deep dish. And then no one really tried it. And I got a call from a customer and the customer was like, hey, I'm calling you to let you know, I just had the most amazing deep dish. And he's like, I'm not trying to like call to rub it in your face, but I was just calling to let you know they're using your pizza box. And I was like, what was the name of the spot? He's like, it's on DoorDash. It's some place called Drew's Deep Dish. So, I mean, and so then the customers understand too, okay, you like it, now you can order from the website, because then on the third party, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. So if it's 25, then you can get it for 20, so that's one of the things.
Have you found that every single platform that you're currently on is worth the time and investment that you're putting at creating the?
It doesn't really cost you money to create another, like, to be on another platform. And some platforms outperform the others, but the customers that order on these specific platforms, they are regulars and they are very consistent. One of the customers, he's been ordering for the past 4 years, and he's never came into store. His name is Matt M. He orders the same thing every single time. He gets a 14 El Jefe, no bacon, no oregano, and a half order of breadsticks and a 2-liter Coke. And so seeing that, I'm like, man, if I wasn't on that, I wouldn't have had Matt M. You know, like everyone knows, like, oh, Matt M orders every single week, almost twice a week. So whenever
He's obsessed.
So whenever he, like, there's one week he didn't order, we were like, oh my gosh,
Is Matt M
we
okay?
we need to do a welfare check on Matt, you know?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, for sure, being on every platform, like, you're gonna have your, your outperformers that are doing like really good, and the ones aren't doing as good, but those are still contributing to your sales. You just have to strategically work the menu so that ideally it transfers all your third party to direct sales. So ideally you don't want all of your sales to be on third party. You want them to come to your website. And so you have to strategically work your menu so that your website favors. And so that's why I do all my specials on only my website and not on all the virtual brands and on all the third parties. We do all of our cheap deals and stuff like that on our website. So those are direct customers. And it's more so to reward the customer, one, for ordering ahead, and two, for ordering direct. And so I know we are expensive, but there's ways to get us cheap. 4 to 5, Monday through Friday. We have a 14-inch one topping for $10. Then you can come in and dine in. If you dine in, you get free breadsticks. So now you can feed a family of 3 or maybe even 4 for $10. We have 2 different sizes, a 14-inch and then an 18-inch. The 18-inch is going to feed 4 to 5 people. So it's like, maybe, yeah, you're going to spend maybe $30 for a pizza, but you're going to feed 4 people with that. And especially if you dine in, you get free breadsticks. They're unlimited. So I feel like that's a really good deal. And it's 2026. You don't hear free, like, at all.
It's very rare.
And so that's something we do. And then Saturday morning from 11 to 2, we do $2 slices. And not so much am I concerned or promoting that because we're making money off it. We're really not. But it's more so for people to come and try us out, and they don't have to break the bank.
Yeah.
Commit to a whole pie. And so they can come in, grab 2 slices, $2 a piece, and then dine in, you get free breadsticks. So now you have pretty much lunch for $5. So you got 2 slices of pizza and you got free breadsticks. So
it's a pretty good deal, I would say. Yeah.
So I mean, I know we're expensive, but there's ways around it. Yes, we do sell wings. We do 20% off on Wednesdays online. So if you order online, see, that's one of the perks. Order online, you get 20% off on Wednesdays. So that's one of the things we do as well.
Should someone try it first? Chili?
The Thai chili ranch is the best one. Maybe I'm biased, but it's the best one. Or my personal favorite is the garlic truffle. That one's really good. If you like a dry rub. And it's good because I'm not the business owner where I'm stuck in my ways. I'm constantly changing stuff. So even if it was like a year ago you tried this, or maybe 2 years ago, or a few months ago, a week ago, I'm always changing things up that I see that's better. I know for a fact I'm not perfect, and maybe my product isn't perfect. So every day I'm trying to figure out what I can do better, what's more efficient, what's a better way to do this, or what's a higher quality product to use. Like one of the things I just switched to, we used to use like the semolina to stretch our pizza dough, but I noticed it had like more of a grainy feel. You know how you like Domino's and it has that little, it's like sand. Like, I don't know if anyone knows what it is, but it's semolina. But there's this like garlic flavor, so that's what gives them that, And so we used to use semolina, but I literally just switched like maybe 3 days ago to this. This is a rice flour. It's a little more expensive than semolina, but it has slightly the same texture as semolina, but it's more fine. The semolina is more coarse, almost like say salt.
Yeah.
And this is like almost like flour, but with like slight.
I thought it was flour.
Yeah, it looks like it, but yeah, it's rice flour. But I use it for stretching. But it has like I don't know if you want to touch.
Oh yeah.
And so when it cooks on a pizza, it doesn't leave that residue. It doesn't leave that residue where it's like an abundance of like salt, like on the bottom of the pizza.
Yeah.
This doesn't burn. It has a higher like burn temp. So the semolina, it has a lower burn temp. So the pizzas will come out a little bit darker, or the color of the pizza would be changed. And then you taste that burnt semolina. So this is a higher quality. I like it.
Would you say that like your favorite part of owning your own business is getting to chat with people?
Yes.
Or, yeah.
Anywhere that money's being spent, there should be a relationship. And I know for a fact, I know every single customer's name and order to a T. Like when Jacob comes in here, Jacob Rains comes in here, I know exactly what he orders. Miss Karen comes in here, I know exactly what she orders. I can see some of our customers coming, like one of our customers comes in, Terry, he comes in from Odessa just to come here. And I know exactly what he orders every single time. He gets the ham and ground beef on a 14-inch. His buddies get the 18-inch pepperoni ground beef.
I feel like from a customer perspective, when I go somewhere frequently,
And they know your name?
yeah, I'm like, thanks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See you too.
Yeah, so yeah, literally every customer that comes in here, especially if they're like, maybe like first timers, or even like one of my customers came in last week and it was their second time in here, and I was like, oh, you got the cauliflower crust, and they came in, dined in with a whole family, and they were like, yeah, that was our first time, and like, how do you remember? I'm like, I'm here, I'm here.
Yeah.
You know, but I do like that I'm able to have that relationship with my customers. So it's like, it's not just I'm taking their money and that's it, you know, it's not just a sale, it's the relationship. So every single customer, I know their name, I know what they order, and if they switch it up, I'm like,
are you okay?
Yeah. So relationships are really important, and so me being here 7 days a week, like that's what it's about. You know, you don't build up your community and support your community and be for your community, and if you're at home and your business is doing it for you, you have to be like, you're the face of the company, you know, so that means you need to be there. That means, you know, you have to build up everything like from the ground up, and that's what it takes, is sacrifice and time.
Do you feel like, did you have that like in the back of your head, like this is going to be an everyday thing, it's not going to be I clock out and I'm clocked out?
No, I had the mindset of growing the business, connecting with the community, but using the business more so to connect with the community and see how I can better serve the community. That's really important to me. That's why we always sponsor a lot of events. We pop up for free. We sponsor. We just sponsor the Rockhounds, soccer games, weddings. We do pop-up caterings as well.
Okay.
But yeah, I never really saw myself sitting still. I always worked with my hands. And so like being at home, not doing anything, like, yes, you know, I have a wife and daughter, but you know, sometimes they're here with me, and since our hours are very minimum, it's like, do I go and work in an oil field and be gone 16 hours a day, or just go work 5 hours? So you pick your struggles. So it's like the morning time I can spend with the family, and then I can go to work for 5-6 hours, and then still be able to provide, you know, for the family. So it's like, it's that switch of 16 hours or 6 hours, you know? So for me, like that's more important, is the home life. And that's why I got out of the oil field, because it was like the quality of life that you lead in oil field, a lot of relationships don't last in it because of the long hours. And so the fact that I'm able to provide for my family just working essentially half a day, like that means the world to me. I am home every day. I get to see my wife and daughter every single day, in the morning, at nighttime. You know, I'm there for those moments that otherwise I would have missed if I was in a oil field. And so for me, that's a blessing. And so that's why this place is really interesting, because a lot of restaurants are open all day. And I'm like, yeah, if that was my situation, I wouldn't want to be at work all day. But despite us being open half a day, we're able to make a good amount of sales where all we need is 5 hours. Could we extend the hours more? Yes. Could we make more money? Yes and no. Because the overhead, the food costs, labor is really expensive. And then and then your employees get burnt. So it's not I'm not even thinking about just me, but it's like my employees will get burnt out. We are so busy at nighttime for these 5 hours. We're coming in and it's just straight, yeah, it's straight work. And so yeah, at the end of the night they're like, I'm done. So I can't imagine them like, hey, we're gonna be here first thing in the morning at 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be hard on them. They're gonna get burnt out regardless of the money. It's gonna be almost like the oil field where they're like, no matter how much money it pays, like I'm tired, I'm physically tired. And so this allows them to have days off and have that time, that half the morning off, go to college, go to school, or whatever else that and some of the kids are in high school. And so it's like for them to be it's perfect, We open at 4, just 4 to close.
Yeah.
And so that's great. So one of the employees, he actually just got a car like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
And he can't even drive it yet. He's 16. He just got a really nice Camaro.
Dang.
And yeah, I was like, dang, where do you work at? Yeah.
That's funny.
But it's really, I'm like really proud of him, and all the employees are here, because they're showing up, they're doing a great job, and I have high expectations. I do. I will say that, as my customers have high expectations for us, and so that's shared throughout. And so we're not the workplace where it's like I'm the owner and these are employees. It's like, hey, I'm right here level with you. Yeah. It's the level playing field. And so if everyone's treated with respect and everyone's paid good, then your business will be good.
I feel like when someone has had not the easiest start, in life, you can really tell when especially when they have their own business, or even if they do work for someone else, because
right.
They're like, things in my personal life are crazy, but like you're saying, you have this escape and you have a safe space. And, you want to see something better for yourself, and
right.
better, as you grow into an adulthood, you want a better life for yourself and
right.
future kids or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that was literally how MDs fell into my lap. It was like, they give me the chance. Could they have sold it to anyone else? Yes, they could have sold it to anyone else for more money. But they chose me. So it was like more so of giving me this asset to make something, So same thing for my employees are here. It's like, maybe everyone doesn't have a perfect home life, and that is understandable and that is completely okay. But how you take the next step forward is what's really important. So, you can get knocked down 1,000 times. It doesn't matter what on the third day he rose,
Yeah.
And so no matter of your past, one of my favorite quotes actually, I wrote about this, was Helen Keller. This lady is blind and deaf. And one of her famous quotes I liked from her was, keep your head to the sun as you can no longer see your shadow.
I like that.
And the amount of faith that has from a lady that's never seen light, color, day or night, for her to confidently say that is like really touching for me. And so like all the employees here, like it's more of like, I'm gonna give you a chance. Yeah. Some place, like one of the employees, he was like, yeah, like other places told me that they just didn't have the resources to train me. And it was like, I've been applying different places, but no one would hire me. And I was like, let's give you 2 weeks. Let's give you 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And if you're good, let's go. And if you're not, like, it's completely okay. Like, let's just see. And I trained him, and he's doing really good. Yeah. One employee, she doesn't even speak English, and and she just came in here, and I told her no. If you want to be honest, I told her no. I'm like, hey, I need you to speak English.
Yeah.
And she was like, please. And I was like, and now she's literally amazing. She's teaching you Spanish? Yeah, she's the one teaching me Spanish. And so she's teaching me Spanish, I'm teaching her English. And so like now we can literally talk to each other, and it's like amazing because it's like we do have a lot of people that come in here that don't speak Spanish or speak English. And then even like some of the drivers, they don't speak any English. And so now I'm able to actually talk to them, where it's like, hola, bienvenido, ¿cómo puedo ayudarte? Oh, para aquí, para allá. Yo necesito Vasos y hielo allá. Bebidas, necesito bebidas. Like all my pizza toppings I know in Spanish.
Yeah.
Queso, pepperoni, tocino, cebolla, hongo, pimentón. We got chorizo, carne, lechuga, spinaca, pepinillo. We have aceitunas negras. We have pollo, chili, jalapeno. I know all of our toppings in Spanish, so now I'm able to take a customer's order completely in Spanish.
And that, as from a customer, you're like, oh, I have a new place that I can go to, and they know what I want.
It's
so having to type it all out.
It's so funny because if I'm like in a back or something, and they're like, "Hey, Drew, we need someone to speak Spanish," and if like this employee she can't help them or she's not here, they'll call me, and the shock on their face, and they're like, "Habla español?" Sí, piquito. Para aquí, para allá, and they're just like, "Oh," like they're impressed, and they're like, "Okay, so I can, yeah." And so, I'm able to have that relationship with the customers. Like one of the customers that's a regular, he doesn't speak English, and me and him can talk. And that's just amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, oh, you need to make sure you can communicate with me or whatever. Like, hey, I'm here. If you're willing to, I'm willing to. Let's meet in the middle.
Yeah.
I might not be perfect. If you go off the menu and ask me about my personal day, I might not know what you're talking about. But I can
circle back to the pizza.
Yeah, we circle back to the pizza. I can I feel more comfortable in that area, but I'm still learning more and more things. And so it's cool. It's funny, and I'm low key kind of proud. I'm like,
yeah, you should be proud.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And so doing it every single day, I learn more and more, and so that's actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. But I've been learning Spanish, and so.
All right, get your Spanish made pizza.
One thing about our dough, because a lot of people are like, why don't you make content of you spinning the dough and stuff like that, which I can, but with Midland being dry, our dough is a higher hydration, so it's like a one-time use dough. So you can actually even see the time we've been talking, the dough's already kind of dried up.
Oh yeah.
And so, will it still make a pizza and stuff? Yes. It's just gonna cook a little bit darker, just because it's been left out just for a few. So usually, so that's why we don't prep any pizzas whatsoever. If we prep them, it has to be used within 10, 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, I'm gonna throw it away, for sure. Just because it's not gonna cook to if I put this in the oven, it's gonna burn. It's gonna just cook a little bit darker.
Okay.
It might not burn. It'll just cook darker. So we'll make the dough and we'll put it on a tray and separate it. We'll butter it so that it doesn't all grow together. This way that I'm able to put almost 30 pieces of dough per tray. And so when customers come in, they'll see 30, X amount of trays. And it's we just produced already went through 500 pizzas, and it's only been 2 hours. And so, because the old school ways, you put it in that big old white container, but it takes too much space.
Oh yeah.
And so this way, I'm able to use the same amount of space in 5x the amount of dough. So that's why we do it this way.
And you make those the night before.
So every dough that we're eating, it's going to be at least 1 day formation. Because of our high turnover rate on dough, sometimes we do sell out. We have a very specific, so outside of the ingredients, time and temp are also a secret ingredient to get it to where I can show you probably on this one, but you'll be able to see the gluten structures. You see that?
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And usually it takes about 2 days for stuff like this to form. And so because of time and temp, and this is a bad example, but because of time and temp, we are able to get that. It's kind of fermented dough, so it's easier on your stomach.
Yeah.
Because if it's not fermented properly or the right amount of time, then if you eat it, you're gonna be the one breaking down all the flour and stuff like that. But the way we do it with our high turnover rate, we're able to serve a pizza that you don't feel so bloated and full.
Yeah.
That's really important to me. And so I have a really, really strict, like the person that makes dough, whether it be me or the employees, it's timed. Everything is timed. Everything's timed, temp, everything to a T. So I know for a fact what time or what temp it was before, after, and how long it took to get from the table to the fridge. And then exactly what temp I have the fridge at specifically for the dough. And so that speeds it up just a little bit. And so, but yeah, time, temp, and ingredients, those are all factors to produce the pizza I produce. Some people just get like frozen dough and they unfreeze it and then like use it. And I'm like,
So I'll know when I'm unwell.
yeah, when you're unwell.
Yeah. So it's almost a little bit like
It's
sourdough?
Yeah, it's almost like a sourdough, yeah.
Okay.
Especially in like the best dough is like, some people come here just to buy the dough. But I would say the best dough is towards maybe the first day, but at the end of the night, it's had more time. Or even the best dough is probably the second day, to be honest. The second day is like Wagyu of dough.
Okay.
That's like perfection. But with our rotation and how we do it, sometimes like the beginning of the shift, we're going to be using, maybe it's 1 day dough, or if it's from 2 days ago, it's going to be 2 day dough. So we try to make a lot of pizza dough so that ideally we have so much that every single pizza is going to be 2 day dough.
Yeah.
So working that balance is really important too. That way customers aren't bloated or anything when they eat our pizza.
What do you feel like is your favorite part of the learning process, or has been your favorite part?
My favorite part is knowing that I know absolutely nothing. Like literally every time I go to these conventions, I learn I don't know anything. But that's the good part, because I can learn. Because I think I know the best way to make dough, and I've been making dough since I was 14. And when I went to Vegas, I'm not gonna lie, I took a dough class. Even though I know how to make dough and I've been doing it, I took a dough class and it helped my recipe for the dough. So that's where they were like, well, if you do certain things a certain way, this helps. If you adjust this, if you adjust temp, if you adjust time, if you adjust the temperature and how long you let it sit out, even if it's an emergency, if you need to use that dough, if you're completely out, you have to follow these steps to a T. And there's been times where we've sold out and we were able to use freshly made dough that same day, but we had left that dough out for almost like 2 hours at a certain temp, and we were able to produce the same exact pizza.
Wow.
So learning I know absolutely nothing is really humbling, but it's really encouraging, because it's like, I'm not perfect and there's only so much time in the day, and there's technology that I don't have time, because I am here every day. So I don't have time to go and chit chat and learn different things. And so when I do go to Vegas, it's to learn. And it's really impressive, because all these other people have perfected this and they're sharing their knowledge, and they have multiple locations. And so I just like to be able to sit in the room full of people that are smarter than me. I'm always probably the brokest one in the room. No shame in my game. And probably not the smartest, and which is okay, because I'm able to sit in these rooms and learn from them.
And you're willing to, you're not like,
and I'm willing to, yeah.
Don't bring that ego, like, oh, I know what I'm doing.
Right.
They're like, hey, I think I know what I'm doing, but also
right.
I could be really good at what I'm doing.
And so that's why when I do tell our customers, like, I know for a fact I have the highest quality ingredients in my line, I say that with confidence, because I know, like, I've been educated and learned and found out different things. And so, yes, like, am I going to say I have the best pizza? Yes. And am I going to say I know for a fact? Yes, I do know for a fact, because one, most of my stuff I get is special order. Yeah. Usually if you like place your order, it's like, oh, we have this in stock, we have this in stock, and we have this in stock. And everything I want is not in stock. So I had to special order it, which means I'm the only person using this.
Yeah.
And actually, you can probably misquote me on this, but even my grande sales rep says I'm probably one of the only pizza spots in her region that uses what I use on the pizza, the specific cheese. And so I know for a fact, like, this is good or this is bad, you know, but everything on my line, I know for a fact I have the highest quality ingredients. It may not taste different to a lot of people, you know, but for me, it's going to be like, this is what's important and this is good, this is bad. Like, for example, you know, you might not taste the difference, but oh, like our veggies are all organic. Will a customer know? No. Am I going to educate them? Probably.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
You know, like our cheese. People just think it's just cheese, but it's like, no, like this is fresh cheese. There's no mold inhibitors. There's no cellulose. There's no anything additive into our cheese. I'm telling you, our cheese ingredients is just straight cheese. And so with this cheese specifically, I get it's hickory smoked. It's cherry hickory wood smoked, and so it does have that wood fire like taste, and it's really cool because I'm able to. So a lot of places are different. Every business model is different, and I don't knock any other business. So for me, it's like I pride myself in my quality ingredients. Do I take pride in my oven? Yes. You know, it's literally what's built the business up. But I know for a fact everything I'm giving our customers is good. It's high quality. It's the best that you can get. I'm doing something separate, okay? So we're doing the Thai chili chicken. So it's like a one-time stretch. So it's like I can spin it and do all that, but it's like one and yeah, that's it. One and done. So I'm able to get that crust there. So we're gonna start with chicken on this one. Our chicken's like really like juicy. It's really good. And every single like signature pizza on the menu, it's all about balance. So if you put so much of one topping or what, it's just gonna overpower the pizza. So every single pizza on the menu, like the signature pizzas, it's all about balance. So if you put too much of one topping or another, it's gonna overpower. Our jalapenos are really spicy.
And they're fresh.
And they're fresh. They're not pickled. They used to, like, when I bought this place, they used pickled like mushrooms, pickled jalapenos.
Everything was pickled.
Everything was pickled. And I was like, yeah, we gotta change that immediately. Try this. So this is gonna be our cheese. It's hickory smoked.
It's really good.
Right?
Mm-hmm. You can taste that hickory smokiness.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of smokiness, but that's good.
That's good. And it's not like super like the flavor like fresh, maybe a 6 out of a 10. When it's cooked, like the pizza's cooked, it's very subtle. It's like a 2 out of 10 in terms of like the smokiness. So it's not like the star of the show. That's not the whole identity of the pizza.
Yeah.
It's just little
hints.
Little hint.
Yeah.
You know? Right. So, and then our bacon, it's a hickory smoked bacon too. So the bacon by itself is like amazing already. We're gonna do onions. I'm all covering it. This pizza literally is all about balance. Like, to have a perfect one, it's literally just balance. We get one.
This one or anything on the menu before you purchase the pizzas,
Some of the pizzas, like some of the simple pizzas, yes, but
your own creation?
yes, this is one of my own creations, and actually, it actually started on the menu as a wing flavor because I found the sauce in Vegas, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. Like I tried it on wings, and I was like, oh my gosh, like we need that. And then we put it on the menu, and then the wings were like really popular with that flavor, and so I was just like, maybe being a big back, and I was like, this sauce on a pizza. And so I put it on a pizza, and I kind of like made it different ways at first until I found this like combo, and I was like, yeah, this is it. But yeah, so we're gonna do chicken, bacon, onion, cheese. We're gonna do parsley. This is more so, I call it for fancy. It looks, it looks really pretty. This is for heat, just a little bit of spice. And it looks like I'm putting a lot, but I'm really not. Like when it cooks, you don't really, it's not too hot at all, actually. And there's just so much on this pizza going on that you're not focused on, oh my gosh, it's spicy. It's not spicy.
Okay.
And we're doing a layer of our house-made ranch. But I guarantee you, this is the best pizza in Midland, Texas. I know for a fact. And I literally had someone.
Claims.
It's a really big claim. I'll let you be the judge of it. But I had customers coming yesterday, and I told them the exact same thing, and they were like really impressed.
I'm excited.
It's like one of those things where it's like it kind of looks weird or whatever, but it just all goes together. Oh, there we go. But yeah, that's it. And then in 3 minutes, that's it. And so with this oven here, it's like I used to have 3 people back here working the back, and now I can run a busier back and literally 1 employee back here. So less people means I could pay them more. So it's like, do I pay $10 an hour for having 3? Maybe. But if I have 1, yeah, I'll pay you close to $30 an hour. I can pay you $25 and save $5.
Yeah.
You know, girl math. But taking a step back and like looking, it's like I'm able to see all the systems working properly, whether it be the kiosk or I'm not telling them what to do. Like every time I train a new employee, one of the first things I tell them, once we start work, I'm not your boss. Your tickets are going to be your boss. The tickets are going to tell you exactly what you need. The papers are right there on the wall are going to tell you exactly how to make them. So everyone's self-sufficient. So I'm not micromanaging anyone. That's actually really important. So, because I feel like a lot of people that are in the workforce, if they are working and they're being told what to do 24/7, they're not going to be motivated to work there. And so, with them, it's like being here, it's like everyone knows exactly what to do next, things like that. So it's really encouraging for me because it gives me confidence to expand. Because now I'm like, okay, it doesn't have to necessarily be me to be here to make sure that everything's getting done properly as we grow. And I mean, even with 2 locations, I could be at one, my wife could be at the second. So that way we're still hands-on. I mean, that's the goal, to be honest, is that's why I don't want to get a second location just yet in Odessa, because I want to make sure 2 are working properly here in Midland and doing great before we expand more that's out of my reach, you know.
Yeah.
I could probably be 2 places at once, but I can't be 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then again, we have to balance the home and work life too.
Yeah.
So that's still important. So that's something I understand that as we grow, there's gonna have to be a balance in between. And so,
Do you feel like you've gotten a lot of pushback where like, hey, we want more hours from you?
yes, a lot of customers tell me that they do want us to be open more. But with us only opening certain hours, it kind of gives us that exclusive, you know, we're exclusive, but not really. It's more so like, honestly, I did open up all day. For the first 2 years I bought this place, I had no money. I was broke. And so I was like, I'm open all day, every day. And looking back on it, it's like I lost more money than what it was worth opening all day. And so with some of the tech that we've implemented, it's like I'm able to see the volume of the business, the calls, online searches. I can see all the analytics on the back end and make decisions based on that, where it's like, hey, I can see a call volume every Friday morning starting at 10 to 2 o'clock. And so I was like, okay, like we're getting consistently 30 calls. Like we should probably open, you know, it's very consistent. Monday through Thursday, no one's, you know, not as consistent. You know, it's not as many calls coming through in the morning time. So it's like, what if I open? Would would it be enough to pay the staff and pay for everything without losing money? So you know, so it's like I think yeah. So it's like I think about it like this: like if I can make say $5,000 or $10,000 at night, and if the morning sales are only like $200-300, I can easily increase night sales by $200 or $300. But it would be so much harder to increase daytime sales by $5,000 or $10,000.
Yeah.
So, and I'm okay with that, you know. So that's why our hours are our hours. Outside of me having a personal life and being human, you know. I'm not yeah. How dare I care about my family and want to spend time with them, you know?
Yeah.
But we do offer catering though. So the morning time I am here for the most part, which I usually have in advance. So I kind of can plan accordingly. But I'm here for the morning time for caterings. And so the good thing with that is I know for sure how much money the catering order is. It's already paid for, and I can wake up and I can prepare for it. And then afterwards, I'm not committed to staying here. I can go back home with my daughter, my wife, and spend that time with them. Or sometimes she's actually the one that helps me.
Okay.
So she comes and helps me out.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a perk.
Teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so my daughter will be here too, cheering us on. So,
That's cool. to see.
but yeah, she's today. What's today? Tomorrow she will be 10 months.
Aw.
Yeah, it's my first. Yeah, my first baby, and so I don't know what I'm doing.
Happy to start tomorrow.
Right. But I'm learning, and what's really fun is she's such a happy baby.
Yeah.
She's literally like me, like a tiny person, but she's like really, really happy all the time. And if she's fussy, it's because she wants your attention. That's
Yeah.
literally it.
Anymore.
But even then, like just even like if someone's like my mom will watch her or something, she's like just happy, just a happy baby.
Oh.
She's a really happy baby. She's really sweet. So
What's her name?
Genesis.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cute.
Genesis Rain Austin. Like REIGN.
Okay.
Like King and Queen Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're kind of building up this little pizza empire for her to reign over.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I'm working hard to make sure that I can have her something for the future. I mean, if she wants it. Maybe she grows up and she hates pizza, you know?
Never come back.
Right?
But hopefully she does.
Hopefully. But I mean, it's just continuing legacy. I mean, I feel like, I was only handed MDs because I saw a passion in it. And so who knows? What if it's like one of the employees here later down the line, I sell it to them and give them the next torch
Yeah.
to extend the life on it. Because it's like, this was like a Midland classic. Because, the story about MDs is basically it originated with Dino's. Yeah. Have you been to Midland for a long time?
Not to where I've explored.
Okay, so Dino's was like a Midland classic in terms of pizza. That was MD's.
Okay.
The old MD's was originally Dino's. Everyone will fight you and say Dino's was my favorite spot, and so one of the owners, the second owner of it, his name was Josh. He was family with Matt and Diana, and so Diana's family, her sister actually Emily at Great Wall. She owns Great Wall, and so they were like, we can come from Taiwan to here, and we can do Chinese food just like my sister, or we can do pizza like Josh. And so the husband Matt, he was like, well, I don't like all the cooking smoke,
Oh, yeah.
and it's gonna affect me long term. So he chose pizza instead of Chinese food, and so they talked to Josh about it, and Josh was like, yeah, I got like 1 or 2 more years and I'm out. And so it was like perfect timing. So that's when they opened up. They were first located off of Rankin Highway on the south side by Chavez Tires.
Uh-huh.
They were located over there. Yeah, so our deep dishes are baked twice, actually. So we cook it with just the dough first. One, it lets me know for a fact that it's fully cooked. Because learning how to make it in the very beginning, I know I was not good at it, but learning to par bake them is actually really important because it's like, one, I know it's fully cooked, and two, it makes the edges like really crispy. And so it's twice baked. And so the first time we bake it with just the dough, the second time we put the cheese, sauce, and toppings. Then it comes out. It's really, really good. But the secret is the cheese. That's what they don't tell you. And you pay $800 a class. So look at the crust on this.
Oh yeah.
Undercarriage. Mm-hmm. So on this one, the next step we're gonna put some cilantro on top. This is like what makes it all kind of come together, honestly. Is the cilantro, and then we have another layer of ranch. Light layer of ranch. Kind of broken up. That's fine. I'm doing an imaginary spiral. Oh. There we go. Okay, there we go.
Thanks.